we get, the will probably the less likely we are to take a trade. Right? If we're like within 30 minutes or 15 minutes of Powell speaking, and price is just chopping around, we'll probably just stay out of the market. We probably won't even risk it. But if we see a good setup like we're starting to see right now, we will look for a nice trade setup here pretty soon. Right? We're looking for a short, so I want to see a good bearish fair value gap form. We're trying to inverse this 15-minute. This is what I wanted to see. We break through VWAP. I want to see us inverse a bunch of levels. We've inversed a bunch of bullish fair value gaps here. Let's look at the 5-minute. 5 minutes looking really good. We got inversion of a 5-minute fair value gap here. So now I'm just looking for a bearish 1 minute here to take an entry off of. And I still would be willing to take a short off of, even if we are in a 15-minute busy, I'd be willing to take that short just because so far price action has told us that Seek and Destroy is in control. So we're expecting us to really drop to the lows. We might chop around before that happens, right? We might see a lot of chop because of Powell speaking today. But let's check it out, right? We could have really good risk management here. We could have like a 50-tick stop if we wanted to. Let's just see what our reward looks like. Yeah, we got a 116-tick first TP from this fair value gap. Ultimately, if we are looking to take out these lows, I don't know if we're going to go all the way for those lows, but that would be over 200 ticks. So we're going to look for a nice short here. Let's just see if price can trade back into our level. What's up, Angel Trades? How we doing? How we doing? All right, so let's see if we can trade back here. Let's see if we can trade back here into our level. Look for a nice bounce off of this 1 minute SIBI here. Nice bounce off this 1 minute SIBI. We'll look for an entry. So obviously looking to keep my stop pretty high just because of the chop and manipulation we've seen. But I like that we're under VWAP. I do want to see ES start trading below VWAP as well. I do want to see that happen. But overall, it does look like these shorts are trying to step in here down to the lows. And I know we have that 15-minute busy, but I want to see us trade right through that busy right here. So let's see if I can find an entry right now. We got to see a great reaction off this level, though. Like, we need to see a very solid bounce off this 1 minute SIBI if I'm going to jump in. Just because we are in that 15-minute busy. Hey, how are we doing on the day, though, guys? How are we feeling on the day? I know this morning was it was interesting. It was kind of back and forth. Ultimately, my FFN account was at break even at the end of the day, at the end of that session. But that short position we caught was pretty nice. The other two trades, not so much. We had the right idea. It was just a lot of chop. Okay, guys, I like that reaction. Oh my gosh, I didn't even get the chance to get my entry. Did you guys just see that? I didn't even get my chance. I was just waiting for a reaction. I was going to jump in, and nope. Price had a mind of its own here. Okay, well, the shorts are in play here. This was the exact thing I wanted to see happen, but just not that aggressively. So, that is what it is. Don't get FOMO and chase this right now. Yeah. Dang it, Kia. Why'd you do that again? Yeah, guys, so that was the entry I wanted, right? I was waiting for a little bit of a reaction, but it just dumped, almost to our TP 100 ticks within 1 second. So when I see that happen, what I'm not going to do is chase price down to the lows. I'm not going to chase this short here. I'm just going to wait for price to come back up and kind of rebalance here. We're creating some relative to equal lows down there on the 5 minute. But that was a strong drop. This is the drop I wanted to catch, right? This is the drop I've been looking for. But sometimes price is going to do that to us. You're just going to see a crazy volume spike out of nowhere and not be able to get involved in it, right? If you took the aggressive entry before waiting for the reaction, you could have caught that pretty nice. If you just took the aggressive entry here, obviously you guys know I was waiting for the reaction, so yeah, right. We got to put a limit order in there next time. Yeah, you guys know I'm not really much of a limit order person for my entries. I use limits for sells, for exits. And the reason I don't love limit orders for entries is because I'm more of a reactionary trader, right? I'm an observer. I like to wait to see my reactions before I get into my trades. There's going to be some instances where, yeah, limit orders are good to keep in, but this isn't one of those instances that I would have put a limit order in. So I don't care about, okay, I missed out on that short. Oh, well. There still could be another opportunity for us here. There could still be a good opportunity. What's up, Christian? No, you didn't miss it. We were wanting to take the short entry here. At this candle just dropped 100 ticks in 1 second, maybe 2 seconds. So we didn't get our entry, and it ran away pretty quick. So now we're just waiting for the next entry, the next setup, right? You could look at these order blocks, right? This is a 1 minute bearish order block. You could look at that as a possible entry. I'm not really looking for the order block entry here. That's not really what I'm going for right now. Let's see how this 15-minute closes. We're about to close fully inverse this 15-minute busy. Get a nice close below. So maybe we'll come back and retest the inverse now. All right, so this becomes a 15-minute IFVG. All right, so now we want to see if price is going to come back up and test that level. Yeah, so good question, Mike. So this is an order block because we took out the low. This is not because we did not close below, right? So you have that exactly right. So once we close below this now becomes a sell, a bearish order block. So it's still technically not a bearish order block. We got a nice close on that 15-minute candle there. So I'd like to see if we can retest, but I don't know if we're going to come all the way back up and test that inverse. Looks like we might just want to sell off here. We're getting some more bearish momentum stepping in. More bearish momentum stepping in here. So you guys know, I'm not going to chase the shorts here. We're starting to chop a little bit. I'll wait for some pullback back into the inverse, wait for some more structure to build again, and then look for an entry. All right, so that's what I'll do. That is what I'll do. And then for those of you that didn't get the notification last night for our trade, my apologies. I will from now on, I'll send every single trade call out first to the trade alerts, right? I'll send that first to our trade alerts tab, and then I'll send it into the chat. So from now on, if you guys didn't get that notification for some reason, which I still don't know why you wouldn't have gotten the notification. Kind of weird that it didn't, but from now on, I will send it to that trade and alerts tab so you guys don't miss out on a trade. Yeah, I didn't realize that so many people missed out on it, so don't worry about that. It's weird, yeah. Sometimes Discord does that where it'll send the notification, sometimes it doesn't, and that's why I keep testing it. Like I'll ask Braden, hey, did you get that notification I just sent out? And he'll say, yeah. And it seems like it works, but sometimes for some people it doesn't send out. So you can also, actually set specific notification settings for different tabs, right? So you can actually set notifications off for one tab and keep them on for another tab. Yeah, no, I get that, Ambassador, 100%. And that's why I will start sending it into the alerts section, and then I'll send it into the chat room. That way we can discuss the trade, because you guys don't have the ability to chat in that alerts tab because it's just for alerts. So I'll send that first, and then we can discuss the trade on the actual chat room. So don't worry. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it from now on, guys. Sorry about the confusion. Well, we're getting it dialed in here. Started from the bottom. Trader, what's up, Travis? Missed part of the live stream this morning. Quick recap. Yeah, man. So as we're waiting for price to pull back up, again, we're gonna wait for our trade setup. We took 3 trades this morning. So we took a short. I forget where it was, but we took a short down here to our lows. I think we caught like 100 and something ticks on it. It was a really good short position. We were expecting us to come down and take out sell side into a 4-hour bullish imbalance. And then once we reversed, we created a bullish breaker right here. And we wanted to, I wanted to long off the bullish breaker, but price ended up chopping around for a long time before I could do that. So I tried 2 longs and then ended up getting stopped on both of them because of the chop. So ultimately we ended up break even on my FFN account. But as you can see here, we did actually move up to where we wanted to see us go. So it was the right trade idea, but we ended up break even because we got chopped out on those other 2 trades. But again, kept my risk management pretty tight. So ended up at break even. So not really, a winner or a loser this morning. And then from there, I haven't, no other trades today. Now we're looking for another trade setup here. Of course, Ambassador, man, that's what we appreciate. We really appreciate any feedback from you guys. We want the feedback. We want this to be the best experience for you guys. So I don't care if it might hurt my feelings. It won't hurt my feelings. Even if you think it will, we want the feedback so that we can make this a better place. So don't be scared to let us know in any ways we can fix, anything or do things better. We are here for you. Any upcoming sales for VIP? We're doing our next sale probably, I think Halloween will be our next sale. So not for another month. So we'll do that. We'll do it at the end of this month. Will be our next sale. We'll do a nice Halloween sale. Thank you, Angel. I try my best, man. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at right now. Now that we traded back into the 15-minute inverse, now I want to see, are we going to run through this 1 minute busy? If we run through this 1 minute busy, I'm looking for an entry here, and I'm looking to target the lows. Right? If we're going to continue to respect bullish order flow, then we might expect the longs to step right back in up to buy side again. So we're working on that right now, Joshua. We are working on shoring up all of our clothing, our designs and everything. So very shortly, we plan to have merch ready very soon. We don't have a specific date for you yet, but we want to get those, especially the hoodies. We want to get those hoodies out to you guys before the winter time. So we'll have that dialed in pretty soon for you. Worldwide shipping. That's another thing we're going to have to look into. We're going to have to figure out. We will look into international shipping and all that. Okay, so we are bouncing off this 1 minute busy here. So now we're just kind of waiting to see who wins this battle again, right? If we start to inverse these SIBIs, like if we inverse this 1 minute SIBI right here, that means I'm starting to look for longs again, right back up to these highs, right? If we're going to come up and bounce from the SIBI, I just need to see us inverse some levels. I need to see what order flow is in control, or bullish order flow or bearish order flow, right? That's what we're waiting for right now. Can your hoodie say Contigo yo-yo? Yes, I like that. I think that's a great idea. Intercambio eterno contigo yo-yo. That's beautiful. Guys, I think I'm on like day 11 or 12 of my Duolingo streak now. I'm going to keep you guys updated. I'm learning more and more. I'm basically just learning all the basics that I learned when I was in Spanish in high school. So I'm just brushing up on all the basics. Okay, so we're in that 1 minute SIBI right here. We're still in the 15-minute inverse. So we really just got to stay patient. Really just got to stay patient right now. No rush for me. We are getting closer and closer to Pal speaking. Remember, 1:55 Eastern, 1:55 p.m. Eastern was when he is speaking. I will not say that, Sea Breezy, but yo entiendo. Yo entiendo. Este price action is no bueno. Yeah, basically this is basically the same thing. So these longs are trying to step in here. We just got to wait for an inverse of this 1 minute SIBI. If we inverse this 1 minute, hey, Verde is Verde. Verde is Verde. So I'm waiting to see if we're going to inverse this 1 minute and close above VWAP here. Hey man, I'm telling you, we could in the future. We definitely could in the future. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool if we did that. Eternal Exchange worldwide. Juan, what does that mean? Okay, I see. Where am I at in Utah? I'm just near Salt Lake City. I'm just near Salt Lake City. It's better a bird in the hand than 100 flying. Interessante. Oh, that'd be sick, man. Yeah, hit me up. Hit me up when you're out here. That'd be cool. Oh, dude, it was insane. Yeah, the mountains are just so beautiful here. It's pretty cool. And dude, yeah. So yeah, we drove up into the mountains. This is the first time I've actually gotten to experience a real fall in my entire lifetime. So it's pretty cool seeing all the trees. Probably have to drive back up there this week. All right, so we just inverse, guys. We just inverse. This is when I start looking for a long entry. This is when I start looking for a long entry now. We inverse the 1 minute SIBI. We bounce off a 1 minute busy. We're right around VWAP. We're looking to target these highs. Right here. We have a 1 minute bullish order block that we're forming right now. We traded back into the inverse. We tapped into a 2 minute busy. Yeah, I know. That's why I really want to wait for us to close above VWAP before I take an entry, guys. That's exactly right why I want to wait. We tried the VWAP trade earlier and it just did not work out. VWAP was in control. So this is we truly do need to be a little bit more patient here. That's why I said I want to see us close above VWAP as well. We have not done that yet. We see a lot of other things happening that I wanted to see happen. But until we can close above VWAP, I will not be looking along this. I need to see us close above. What would I say? El price acción es muy mal. Muy mal. Very bad. Correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, so now we're coming down and trying to inverse the busies. So again, this price action is not really worth trading yet. The back and forth of this price action is not worth trading right now. So much manipulation here. Too much manipulation. Boom, 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 boom. La acción del precio está bien malo. Okay, gracias. Está bien malo. La acción del precio. Could I say del, right? Instead of del? Okay. La acción del precio está bien malo. Gracias. Yeah, Rulies, the Lux Algo indicator is great. Very great. I do recommend anybody that is struggling to, find their levels to use that. It's fantastic. I think it's a great indicator, to find your levels on. Yeah, Mondays are kind of all over the place, right? Mondays are all over the place. We've seen it's typical, right? It's typical for us to range like this. Yeah, Frank, we're still ranging. Hey, there we go. Worst behavior. Man, I love the logo. Yeah, this is one of those days we kind of just have to sit on the sideline here. All right, we're just inversing, inverse. We're inversing the inverse of the inverse. Yeah, this morning, our short position was really good. I really did like that short position. But then we saw after that, those two longs I tried, even though they were the right idea, we had the right analysis, you could just see the chop, right? The chop just kind of stops you out from getting to really catch solid trades on a Monday like this, which is fine, guys. We already, we have profit, or even if you don't, just sit on the sideline and wait. Like, if you don't see your setup today, just wait for tomorrow. Wait for price action to get better. Let's see what kind of reaction we get off the 1 minute Sibby here. Are we going to bounce? Are we going to bounce down to sell side? Or are we going to run right through this again? It's all right, Sea Breezy. That's all right. Bounce back. Bounce back. The losses don't matter. Just move on. All right, so as much as I would want to short this right now, as much as it looks like we're going to come down to the lows, staying under VWAP, inversing bullish for value gaps, I still don't really like trading this market, right? Like, as much as I want to jump in the shorts here, we're seeing a good reaction. We're seeing we look like we want to come down to sell side. Price action today has just not really proven that we should be trading right now. Yeah, I know, right? I was looking for shorts originally, and then we saw a bunch of inverses, and I was like, okay, well, maybe we'll come back up for the highs, seek and destroy, and then we fail to break through VWAP, and then we come down inverse a bunch of bullish levels, and like, okay, well, maybe we are coming down for the lows, right? It's just back and forth, and that's just how seek and destroy profile is. And that's why you can't really hold on to trades. That's why you have to scalp, and you kind of just have to, when you get your profits, if you do trade a day like today, you just have to walk away. If you take a good trade and you win, you honestly just have to walk away. Just got to take your win and be like, all right, I'm holding on to my profit. I'm done. How do you assess for seek and destroy profile based on? So based on this ranging, right? So what I look for first is what time frame can we best see the seek and destroy. I see it best on the 15-minute. Right, so when I see it on the 15-minute like this is where it's the most clear. We've been seek and destroy for a while. Even since Friday, we've been pretty seek and destroy. Right, just back and forth. So I'm looking at this range. Okay, sell side, buy side, sell side, buy side. And now, when we fail to take out buy side and then we have SMT at the highs, I would expect us to come down for sell side. Right, but we kind of have to break it down into a smaller range. Now let's look at the 5-minute. How are we looking? Okay, so we came up. Sell side, buy side, back and forth. Do we have clear lows that price wants to take out? We do have some relative to equal lows here. We do have some relative to equal highs up here. So, again, when we see price action like this, what I'm looking for is once we come up and either sweep the highs or get SMT at the highs, I'm now looking for the reversal trade back to sell side. But what I wait for is I go down to the 1 minute, and then I wait for inversion. So, once we saw the SMT, right when we come down here and inverse these bullish for value gaps, which we finally do right here, that's when we're looking for the 1 minute bearish fair value gap to target an entry. But you can notice here, we came up and we inversed a 1 minute bearish fair value gap and then dropped. So on a day like today, this isn't even the best seek and destroy range. There's days where we have actually a lot better of a seek and destroy range than this. So when I see this happen, I just don't really want to trade this because we're not respecting any of our levels. So what I like to see is, well, if we inversed all these 1 minute bullish fair value gaps, we created a 1 minute bearish, I would look for a trade off of this. But the second we inverse that and then drop, I'm kind of staying out of this market because look at all this chop. We're not creating more fair value gaps here. It's just back and forth chop. So this is kind of, you have to kind of assess, is this good seek and destroy or bad seek and destroy? Today it's kind of a bad seek and destroy because we're not really respecting our levels. If we were respecting our levels, that's when we're looking for our scalps on seek and destroy. Does that make sense, Upload Game? If not, I can try to explain it a little bit more. Exactly, right? This is the day where a lot of people give a bunch of their money to the market for no reason. No need to do that. That's another reason I like to take a trade on Sunday nights. I do like to take trades when I have a good idea that Monday is going to be seek and destroy or bad price action, because at least now we can look for a nice trade setup and not even have to trade on Monday. Not that we would have to trade anyways. But it's kind of nice coming into today realizing, okay, well, I'm in profit on the day, so I don't even need to trade this. And I don't even have to stress, especially as a new trader. You don't want to come into a Monday really, really, really hoping to trade and then seeing these conditions and still trying to take trades, because you end up really forcing some bad entries. Yeah, Evelyn. So I do it myself, right? I do everything manually because I like to do it manually because I have done this for so long that I can see these levels like it's nothing, right? Like I can see these in my sleep. I could close my eyes and I could see these levels because I've done so much time on the charts and so much backtesting and so much learning. That for me it's normal. But if you're someone that's newer to charting these levels and can't spot them right away, use the Lux Algo indicator, and you can use that for order blocks, for fair value gaps, for a bunch of different things. I've never liked using indicators myself just because I'm very old school. I just like to do things by myself, and because it teaches me better to spot these levels on my own. But if that's something you want to do, I know a lot of people love to use the indicators. So if you look up Lux Algo, you'll be able to see it. Can you explain that in Spanish? No, lo siento. Not yet. I guess another indicator of range is that we stayed within with the 15-minute orb. Yes, that's a great point. I love that you brought that up. Let's look at that. That is a great point. So our 15-minute orb, what is that? That's our opening range candle. Okay. Opening range candle is from 9:30 or 9:30 to 9:45, right? So where is our 9:30 candle? It's this one right here. What is our opening range candle? Boom. This low. Let's just get rid of this real quick. This is our orb right here, opening range breakout level. When we don't see us break out of our opening range, we know that we're going to have a range day. We know we're going to have a range day because we're not breaking out. So if we look at that level, that's our orb right there. So notice how we have not traded. We've traded below and we've wicked above, but we've not really closed below strongly. Like right here, we barely closed below. That's not a strong enough close to give us conviction that price is going to actually break out. That's why this orb is such a key level. Because when we do see us break out of the opening range, that's when we know we're probably going to start having a trend day or a real breakout. When we actually close below the opening range or close above the opening range. So I'm glad you brought that up because that is a great indicator of seeing, is this going to be a range day or is this going to be a real breakout? So great point. Glad you said that. We have stayed inside of this range the entire day. So we're very close to PAL speaking, so we probably won't end up taking any trades here. You guys can see, even if we did want to target the shorts off of this level right here, we've literally just chopped, right? We've just chopped ever since we traded into it. There's no follow through. There's no momentum on any of these moves. What's happening is the market is preparing for Powell to speak. So there's going to be a lot of accumulation, a ton of accumulation. And then once he speaks, there's going to be a ton of volatility, which I stay out of. I don't even get involved in the volatility. To me, there's no point in doing that. I would honestly recommend to anybody probably to stay out of this market for the rest of the day. That's what I would recommend. And I know some of you might still want to trade. You might still see some opportunity. That's fine. So I will stay out of the market the rest of the day. I probably will not take any trades today after seeing what we've seen so far. I was expecting to take a trade coming into the session, but we haven't seen any real price action yet. So I'll just stay out of it. That's funny, Alpha. So that's kind of what I'm looking at today. That's a good question, Tony. We'll see what he says. We'll see. Let's just talk about what news we have coming out the rest of the week. Right. So looking at tomorrow, we've got manufacturing, we've got JOLTS job openings. So we've got some red folder, some orange folder. So we've got a lot of some bigger news events tomorrow. We got FOMC members speaking. So I do think that tomorrow we will see some pretty decent price action. Okay, going into Wednesday, we do have NFP, right? We have non-farm employment change. That is pre-market. And then we have some yellow folder, a bunch of yellow folder, and orange folder, a lot of FOMC members speaking again. So Wednesday, I'm hoping for some actual breakout, for some trend. Going into Thursday, more red, orange folder. We have unemployment claims, final services, and ISM services PMI. And then Friday, we have NFP, right? So this is NFP week. So I like NFP week because it normally offers us some good volume in the market with real trend. So I'm expecting some good price action, right? Mondays are going to be Mondays. We're going to see the chop. It's typical. But moving ahead, I do expect some good price action. It might be volatile. It might have some high volume, but that's kind of what I like to see. I like to see volatility because when it dies down, that's when we find our best trade entries because there's still a lot of volume in the market. So I'm expecting a good week of price action. And we started off the week very hot, right? We started off the week good. A little bit of leverage. And even if you didn't, just stay away from a day like today and just move on and start off tomorrow, right? Start off tomorrow with a good week. So we're just seeing this chop right now. So honestly, yeah, I don't think I'm going to take any trades during the session, guys. I just I don't see the point. Do you guys see a point in taking a trade during the session? Real question for you. And if you do, what is your reasoning for it? I would honestly like to know. Greed. Okay, so Alpha, you see a good trade setup. If you see your A+ setup, no issues with you guys trading. For sure, no issues. 100%, I agree. But I don't see any trade setups that I would take right now, so I will, I'll sit on the sideline. Yeah, and even then, I liked what you're saying, Alpha, because even though you are looking for a trade, you're still waiting for confirmation. You're not just forcing an entry, and that's what it's truly important. So I love to see that. Exactly. Observers. We are truly observers. Oh, guys, I think I have a few notes, actually, from my reading this weekend. There's something I wanted to say. I meant to say it during our market open session. Let me look through my journal real quick and see. Let me see what I got. Oh, I think I highlighted it in my book. I think there's a few really good quotes that I found in the book I'm reading that I wanted to share with you guys. So let me find that real quick. Okay, this is one quote that I really, really enjoyed that stuck with me. And it says, "Seek the pleasure in what you're doing rather than how it might ultimately benefit you. This goes along perfectly with what we talk about all the time. I'll say it one more time. Seek the pleasure in what you're doing rather than in how it might ultimately benefit you. That is so important as traders to remember, because we are so focused on the outcome of our trades. We're so focused on how much money we're going to make. Just imagine if you can just enjoy the process of trading. If you can find pleasure in the process of trading, if you can enjoy that and find passion in that, the outcome is inevitable, right? The outcome you don't even have to worry about because it'll happen in due time. That was one quote I really, really wanted to share with you guys because that stuck with me. I was reading that yesterday. And you guys hear me talk about that idea all the time. And it was really cool to see that in this book. It was a really cool thing to see. And here's another one. This is kind of similar. But it says, take pleasure from what you possess without being attached to these things. I'll say that one more time. Take pleasure from what you possess without being attached to these things. I talked about this last week on Friday. Right? We're kind of talking about people flexing the stuff, their cars, their watches, whatever. I completely agree. It is whatever you want to buy with your money, awesome. Take pleasure in it because you earned it. You truly did. But don't become attached to those things that you own, right? Because they're only earthly things. So that was another quote that was cool because we talked about that on Friday and I read that on Sunday. So that was pretty cool. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I wonder if I have any other notes here. Okay, one more quote. This one is too good not to say here. You can't arrive at a place of peace and inner satisfaction when your entire existence is motivated by not having enough. And I'll say that one more time as well. You can't arrive at a place of peace and inner satisfaction when your entire existence is motivated by not having enough. Another thing that directly relates to trading. It's like in this trading game, we never make enough. We never have enough. Imagine just being satisfied with what you did today. Imagine being satisfied with the work you put in today and being content with that. Right? I think that is so important as a reminder, a daily reminder, that might be something that I actually write down and keep in front of me all the time. As much as I am passionate about, making more money and improving on my trading, as much as I want to do that, I need to remember that I should be content with every single day that I am living and that I put in my 100%. Right? So that's another cool quote that I really want to share with you. Because man, if you're always looking for more, how are you ever going to have that peace? How are you ever going to be content if you're always looking for more? You should be always improving, but it goes back to that other quote I talked about. It's, be content, be happy with what you have, and just do what you can. Do what you can every single day, and don't focus on the outcome. Just focus on the process. Focus on the process, and you will find, I really think you will, you'll find that peace, that inner peace, and that contentment in your life. Because 100%, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys, I did not see any success or any consistency in my trading until I realized that. Until I realized that I was too focused on the outcome and too focused on making money. The second that I started to only focus on the process and just let the rest happen, that's when I started to see so much consistency. So I'm like, okay, wait, if I just focus exactly on this trade right now and I know my risk, I know exactly what my setup is. If I can do that for every single trade and don't care about how much I'm going to make on that trade, I'm going to end up making so much more money in the long run because I don't care about how much money I'm going to make. I truly just care about the trade. I'm in the present and I only care about that trade that I'm taking currently. That's it. Not about the money, just about my risk reward plan, my A+ setup. That's it. That's all I care about. As long as I stuck to my plan, win or lose, no matter how much I lost or how much I made, I know that I stuck to my plan and I'm content with that. So, yeah, that's, I guess I'll leave you guys with that. I'm probably not going to, you guys know I won't take any more trades today. Ending the day green. We are on a 5-day win streak here. 5-day win streak. Remember, we're trying to get to 15 days. Our last streak was 14. We're on 5 days now. So we need 10 more days, guys. 10 more days. All right, but remember, Pal Speaking pretty soon, just about 7 minutes. So my recommendation to you is to be very conservative, probably stay out of the market. Play it very smart if you are going to trade today. Okay, but remember, I'm always open, guys. Reach out to me if you have questions, if you have comments. I'm always here, but we'll be back tomorrow morning, right back at it to our normal schedule. Ready to continue the streak, ready to keep taking some solid trades. I'll let you know I might be on tonight as well for some more Asia session trades, and I will send it out to Trade Alerts. I got you guys, don't worry. It will go to Trade Alerts. I have now been notified. Honest money, no. We started about 40 minutes ago, 50 minutes ago. We have not taken any trades. Yeah, so Mondays, guys, check out the schedule. I started the session late because our schedule, I forgot, changed. That's on me. But we're doing Monday prop firm session early, okay? Monday prop firm session is going to be earlier today because we don't have that educational session in between. So that way we can kind of get through our trading, do our trading sessions, and then you guys can have the rest of the day to do what you want to do. Don't worry, Chickling. Don't worry, guys. Those trades are all going to Trade Alerts now, so you will be notified if you have your notifications on. I got you. So I'll let you know if I'm going to hop on tonight. I probably will look for an Asia session trade tonight. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for joining up. God bless you guys. Stay safe today. Yeah, Tiburon. ¿Qué es tu pregunta? Deep, our session now will be at 9:30 a.m. Pacific on Mondays for Prop Firm. It's always a pleasure, Tony. It's always a pleasure. Oh, I see. For Asia session, I usually hop on my charts around like 5 p.m. Pacific. Around like 5 p.m. 5 to 6 Pacific is usually when I hop on my charts, and I'll kind of start looking at how price action is looking. That's usually when I hop on. Does anybody know if it's possible to receive these notifications via text for the after hours stuff? As far as I know, Tiburon, I don't think we have a way to do that. But me and John and Braden will look into that today to see if that's a possibility. I don't think it is a thing that we can do through Discord, but if it is, we'll find it and we'll figure it out for you. So we'll do our research. I'm just kind of talking about Asia session. I think he's referring to Asia session when I call out trades at nighttime. All right, guys. Well, good luck on the rest of your trading day. If you are going to trade. No, don't worry. We're not leaving you out, Chickling. We're not leaving you out. But yeah, again, no more trades for me today. We're going to sit on the sideline. We're going to take our profits and run and move on to tomorrow. So you guys take it easy. I will talk to you probably later tonight. Peace out, my friends.